tell you how much that I love you. You found me no search. It's like you knew that inside I was hurting. I was so young, said no chance, but you gave me a shot at a romance. I feel like you were like an angel sent to bring me life. Now that I'm with you, me one say that me love you, that me love you, that me love. Hey, me love go one day, wonder. What up, my baby, that me love, that me love. And I dance and sing and I sing because you make my life complete. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I can't believe that this is for me. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. I can't believe that this is for me. Oh yeah. Chada, 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 chada. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It's for me. Chada, 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 chada. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It's for me. I've never felt this way. So when they ask us, say, oh yeah, we're going all the way. Tell me we happy, love you all the time and things. Sometimes I wonder if the thing could cut us under to get under. I know, but your love in my life control that. I laid out my life this way, do anything to make you stay. All of the blessings they come my way, and all the bad things they turn away. Sometimes life is such a scare. Your love gives me the strength to bear.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, so far me. Mm, that was a good one. That was a good one. That was like right up there with like some of the greats. Oh God, I don't know how I do it all the time. I know that y'all be at home in the mirror practicing and like that it like you I don't know it's like I thought about going on American Idol. It comes from deep within, Millie. It comes deep from within, and I know that everybody don't have it like I have it. But anyway, let's get on into this convo. Well, they right on time with the fuckery, y'all. They right on time with the fuckery, child. Let's talk about a whole bunch of stuff today. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. No, that ain't what we're talking about. But anyway, okay. So first of all, I am a woman that came from the projects, government assistance, Section 8, food stamps, medical, cash at one point. Um, I have done something strange for a little bit of change. I've been in jail before. I've said it and time again. So I am not a woman that is not used to, like, because I'm still in poverty. Please believe it. I am in poverty, getting out of poverty. And I only say that because of the level in which we understand poverty to be. Okay? Hey, tap in with Tiff. Hey, motherfuckers. Hey, motherfuckers. Hey, motherfuckers. Hey, motherfuckers. I need my motherfuckers right now. I need my motherfuckers. Me and Tiff enjoyed that yesterday. Tiff, I want to sit down with you today and talk to you about some other stuff that I had talked to Carbon Martian about before, to kind of expand on the business. And we're going to sit and talk. And if we got time tonight, if you got time tonight, I would like to look at another case together on live, if you don't mind. Um, Girl, I am in good energy, Candace, because people be trying the fuckery. Listen, people always try to use domestic violence, children, when they're scamming. me or attempting to scam me, as if they're trying to pull on my heartstrings. Then they get mad when I come on this motherfucker and air them out like I'm getting ready to air this bitch out. I come from poverty. I've had several Obama phones. Now I know that they get a little more high tech each time, but I also understand Cash App. So I'm so tired of them too, Tashina. Let me read you this text message, and listen, because I knew I would be on my phone, I made sure I printed it out so I would have it readily to read for you. This number says, greetings, governess. My name is Joy, and I watch you every day silently. Me and my 5-year-old son is stranded in Virginia trying to get back to Georgia from a domestic situation with his dad. Please forgive me if you take offense to this, but if you have anything that can help me make it home, it will sure appreciative. My Cash App is anything will be helpful at this point. I wanted to ask you first before just trying to send a request. If you can help us, please, I'm begging. We are sleeping at a bus station right now until I figure something out. Okay. 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 Yes, it does, Yvonne. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does, Yvonne. So me being the reader that I am, I went straight into the spirit. And the spirit said, you know that she's lying. I said, I know. Let me call. Now, I've been a person, before it was plane tickets, bitch, it was bus tickets. Before it was plane tickets, it was bus tickets. And a lot of bus stations have Wi-Fi because a lot of buses have Wi-Fi. Just like planes, also, some of them have Wi-Fi. Not all planes, but a lot of buses have Wi-Fi. And a lot of bus stations have Wi-Fi. Okay? And I've been on buses from Virginia and everything. Okay? So I called, and it immediately said, this is a text now number you're trying to reach. Now, let's pause right there. Family, Text Now is an app, correct? Text Now is not a phone. It's an app. Text Now is an app, not a phone. If I'm incorrect, let me know. Let a bitch know. Let a bitch know. It's an app. It's not a phone. It's an app. Okay. So it says text now, and she immediately texts back and said, I'm not on any Wi-Fi, so it won't let me answer, unfortunately, because I don't have any minutes. Y'all heard that right? Okay, I'm going to read it again. She said, I'm not on any Wi-Fi, so it won't let me answer, unfortunately, because I don't have any minutes. You don't have minutes, but you said this is a text now phone. We ain't got to that part yet, but go ahead. Okay. So then she texted again and said, please, even if it's just $10, so we can eat something while we figure out this situation. We haven't ate all day. My son ate last night, but I didn't make too sure he was full. If I'm telling you too much, I'm sorry, but we desperately need help. Okay? Okay. I'm seeing. I'm seeing. Yes, Obama phones run by minutes. Absolutely. I'm not discrediting that. I'm discrediting the fact that it is not a fucking text now. It is not. That is an app. No, I know because I've used them. And I've had Obama phones. You got to have one or the fucking other, Millie. All this texting with no Wi-Fi. If you get that program, so if you got an Obama phone, then you should have food stamps to get it. Something to eat, right? Because I've had an Obama phone and I had food stamps in the medical. But this gets even more interested. See, this is how y'all get scammed. You can have unlimited minutes. It depends on what you sign up for. It depends on what the fuck you sign up for. But this is what I'm saying to you. See, these are all lies, right? These are all lies. I said, why are you texting me from a text now number? I don't respond to text now apps. I'm sorry. That's what I said. You say, I myself am in a whole situation, but why would I be asking internet folks I never spoken to for anything? You say, I have an Obama phone and I can call and text and have internet. Okay. You say that may be true. Sometimes it do, but it make you pay for calls. Now that the message about her son not eating, love you, you can go to a shelter. Love, you can go to a shelter for food. Even those churches be having old drives. It's all lies, is what it is. It's all lies. You say my granny got an Obama phone and they are up to date like new Androids. You can pretty much do everything on it. She was scammed. Okay. Okay. Now, I haven't had an Obama phone in a long time, so I don't know if you can put Cash App on the Obama phone. I'm not sure. But what I do know is you cannot have the same Cash App on two different phones. Now, if I'm wrong about that, please let me know. I've never known me to be able to have the same Cash App on multiple phones. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know. You can have the same Cash App on multiple phones, on two different phones, different phones. Let me read you. Let me read. Let me see what you say. You say my girl has Cash App on her Obama phone. Okay. Say you right. I do. No, governors, you can't put nothing on them phones. I know they update them. They update them. They use different phones. So I don't know all of the technology. I haven't had an Obama phone for a long time. You say you can. It's sad how people. Okay. You can only like two though. I do now because I got two phones. So you have your same Cash App on two different phones to access them. You say I have my Cash App on both phones. Okay. The app, yes. Okay. You can't. Greetings to all. You say them Obama phones are upgraded. You can do it all. You can have Cash App on different phones just connected to the same account. Now, that may be different from the last time I checked because I could not have my one Cash App on a different phone. I've never been able to do that, been able to get into it. So I don't know if you can do that. You say you can. You say, yeah, on three of mine. Okay. So I'm not understanding that. I don't know that. You say, no, you would have to text and email them your information. They will want to make sure it's you. You say, let me go back. You say, Cash App logged me off an old phone once I changed my phone. Yes, I have my Cash App on 2 phones, same account. Long as it's on the same email, you can. Cash App does not allow you to sign into multiple phones and only allows you to sign into one device at a time. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's always been my experience, but I don't know. Okay. See, I don't have a number associated with my Cash App, so I'm able. You can now. Still, she lied. She is lying. Period. There's more to this text. I just want to make sure because I don't know, but I needed some answers. That's why I came to air this out. Because I'm sick of people using domestic violence and children for this bullshit. Okay. So I asked her, I said, why are you texting me from a Text Now number? I don't respond to Text Now apps. I'm sorry. She says, I totally understand. I don't have a regular phone. He took our phone that he was paying. I'm sorry I bothered you. I just got to start over from scratch. Thank you for responding. Now, you've been in this bus station for 24 hours. Where did you get the Obama phone from? You already had a regular phone. Maybe you just had 2. Maybe you just was sitting on one. I don't know. Maybe you had your regular phone he was paying for, and you also had, an Obama phone. I don't know. Maybe you did. She says she watches every day silently, meaning I've never commented. That's why you don't know who I am, basically. So I said, Text Now is an app, not a phone. If he took your regular phone, where did you get this one from? She says, this is one of those little food stamp phones that I get for getting Medicaid. I downloaded the Text Now app because the Obama phone goes by minutes and they gone. It's okay, though. I'll work it out. Have a blessed day, governess. Okay? Now, all of this is lies. I'm letting y'all catch up. Just trying to let you catch up. Say, wait, so she told on herself. I say, if you sign in, you can. You say, you sure the fuck will. I won't trust, but you never know. Shit is tough out here. Yep, but I'm not a fucking dummy. I am a reader. I'm not your average motherfucker you can call and hit me with this dumbass shit. Do y'all keep forgetting who the fuck you talking to, bro? Do y'all keep forgetting who the fuck you talking to? It would be different if this same motherfucking text don't come in at least 2 to 3 times a motherfucking year, every few months. This is the same. That's why she said it sounds familiar. Because a motherfucker sends this text continuously. Knock it the fuck off, bro. That's why we're going to get into some other shit. Let me finish reading this. So, Spirit said, I want you to send a small amount because I want you to see something. Right? Now, I've read you all of these messages. If you are this dumb that you would fall for this, you just let me the fuck know. So I sent $30. I said, let me know when the Cash App comes through. I said, did you get it? She said, I think he did something to my Cash App from my phone he took, so I refunded it back to you so he won't take that money. I'm finna trying to make a new one real quick. Gratitude. How, when you don't have any motherfucking Wi-Fi or service? How would you even have gotten the goddamn Cash App? I have Cash App. I'm gonna wait on it because I want to know who the fuck agrees with this ignorant shit. I'm just waiting because I want to know who agrees with this dumbass shit, bro. Because, see, this is why the genomes got the drop on us. This shit right here. How are you accessing Cash App? How are you downloading a new Cash App? How are you doing all of this and you don't have any service? Please let me know. You said, no, that sound like that Cash App scam. Send them money, they refund you, send it to them again, and now your Cash App blocked. She definitely tried it. You say, wait, what she say? But now she got access. She says, I'll read it again. I think he did something to my Cash App from my phone he took, so I refunded it back to you so he won't take that money. I'm finna try to make a new one real quick. Gratitude. And came right back with this, the new one, Joy 2269. The first one was Joy 4414. I want to know how she did that when you don't have internet, Wi-Fi. I'm just trying to see who I was falling for that. So I started laughing. I said, ma'am, if your Cash App is on your regular phone, how would you be able to access it from your Obama phone? Because I don't know. It's only on one phone, ma'am. Obama phones are not text now. How would you be able to use the app without Wi-Fi? You were able to download a new app without Wi-Fi? You're blocked and I'm about to air you out. Y'all stay trying to use domestic violence in children. Now you shall know what you have done. Be well. I'm just trying to understand. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can't use Cash App if you don't have internet or Wi-Fi. You cannot. I know that. I may not know some other shit, but I know the fuck that. But she couldn't answer the phone, but you can use it. How are you texting? That's not an iPhone. An iPhone, if you don't have service on an iPhone, you can still text and you can get FaceTime calls. You cannot call out and you cannot receive regular calls. I know that. I do know that. Y'all stay trying to use children. Y'all stay trying to use domestic violence. But I'm so glad you refunded my $30. Because Spirit told me to watch. I knew it was true. I knew it was true. I know the fuck you watching silent, bitch, because you always scamming, scheming and motherfucking scamming. You low life, no nothing, no neck having ass, bitch. I know it's true. I know the fuck it's true. Right? How was she gonna even use it? I mean, what was she gonna use? She was gonna use was the wallet, the Apple Pay, bitch? What she was gonna use? She was gonna use what? Google Pay? I'm confused. How was she gonna use it? So you just made another Cash App that motherfucking quick. Well, trick no good, bitch. Try somebody else. Try it again some other time. Cause this ain't that. I started to tell the bitch, well, just tell me where you at. So I can send social services, cause you ain't feeding your fucking child. And that means, bitch, you sound real motherfucking neglectful. The Cash App, the first one she sent is Joy 4414. The second one she sent is Joy 2269. I'm just trying to understand, how did that happen? How was you able to do that fast? Hold on, let me try to make a new one real quick. I was just gonna call CPS and let CPS handle it, bitch. Since you got a child out here that you sleeping at a bus station, bitch. Which bus station would that be? A lot of the bus stations are next to like little convenience stores and shit, or at a convenience store, bitch. I'm sure if you get the Obama phone, you should have food stamps. The bitch thought she was real smart and slick. I'm trying to figure it out. Trying to figure it out. Yeah, I got it back. I did. I got it back. I guess Evan said she wanted to see. That's why I gave her the Cash App. But I don't listen. I don't know, ye Reezy. I'm trying to figure it out. I hollered too, simply. Yeah, she's some of the people that makes me not want to help. Let me tell you something. This bitch has hit me up multiple times over the last 2 years. This is the same motherfucking person because they use the same shit all the time. It's always a domestic violence. That's okay. That's okay. Always trying to act like I'm a follower. They always start with that. I've been a follower of yours faithfully for, bitch. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'm not vain, bitch. I wouldn't give a fuck if you ever watch or don't watch, bitch. I don't care. Like, bitch, I do not give a fuck when she created it. Bitch, you won't get no money off on it from me. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Won't you help me, girl, soon as you can? People say I found a way to make you say, girl, please. I may not know all of the Obama shit, phone shits, and how all of the Cash App works, but bitch, I know the fuck you need motherfucking Wi-Fi and internet to use that motherfucker. Now I know that. I know that. She must not have listened to the horoscopes this month. Listen. Listen. This bitch got me fucked up. It was so funny. That's why I printed the shit out, because I wanted to make sure that I could read it line by fucking line. I mean, really. So this is some of the shit that I just keep talking about. I made the little quick video last night. Y'all got to watch how these motherfuckers is moving. They are changing laws. I keep saying it. I can't even say that shit enough. They are changing laws. Like, people are quoting the Bill of Rights. Like, your first constitutional right, your First Amendment right. Okay, right? You have all of these rights, but they're not honoring it. Why? Because they no longer exist. They never really the fuck did. I want to just get into a whole bunch of shit. I just want to get into a whole bunch of shit because I'm just looking at shit from different angles with different eyes. And by the way, let me say this. Make sure that you are tapping into the classes that are up on Eventbrite. We got the homeschooling class with Charming T, and we have Woman Thou Art Loosed, the Liberating of the Goddess with Jazzy Dean. So make sure y'all getting those classes. I may be putting up some other classes soon. But right as of now, those two classes are up on Eventbrite. Make sure that you're tapping in with Tiff and I, with our new business right here. Okay. Tap in with Tiff and the Governance. This is a walk with Spirit Cosmic Investigators. You can find us on Instagram at cosmic_investigators. This is a paid service, and this is what we will be doing. All right. And so really quickly, before we get into our conversation, child, let me go ahead and run this ad. Make sure y'all tapping in with Chaz. She is planning on doing lives each Friday, where you will be able to purchase things. She's turning her Instagram into like her market, and that's what I love about it. Make sure y'all getting over there to Chazville. Chaz, please put your Instagram up in the chat, please, as we run your commercial, please.
They say do everything with attention. From my hands to yours. May you receive all the energy and everything you need it to be. Ashe.
Powerful, captivating, indulgent, riveting.
You hear the rumble of the earth.
High Council, Affirmation, Oracle, and Tarot deck. Available for pre-sale now only on www.awalkwiththeancestors.com.
All right. I got to put up my new ad. I took some of that off and redid it because it's no longer on pre-sale. But you can go to Etsy and purchase my cards, as well as at awalkwiththeancestors.com to purchase my deck of cards. tap in and get them. The motherfuckers jump right out your hands with the answers that you are looking for. Trust and believe me. I have got much feedback from people that let me know that as soon as they start shuffling their deck and they're doing their thing, cards are jumping out with the answers right as they're speaking. So make sure you're tapping in and getting that. Okay, gratitude. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Hey Aubrey, what up? C Andrews, what up, Miss Trucking Trader? All right. Gratitude, Chaz. Yes, make sure you put your stuff up in the chat. Also, if you are in Chaz, what is that? You're in the group me sector 2. I believe it's the sector 2 Texas group me. Chaz will be running her ad in there because she does pay for promotion. Remember, if you do not pay me for promotion, you are not to advertise in any of my sectors on my group me's or anything like that. You will be taken out. Your ad will be taken down. You will not be allowed back in until you pay me what you owe me. Okay, gratitude. So you say these cards are powerful. I feel the energy every time I open them. 100 out of 10 recommend. Okay, gratitude. So now let's talk about some shit because I made a video last night, y'all. I was watching the Wham documentary. Wake me up before you go. Okay? I used to love them. The Careless Whispers. You know what I'm saying? Like, never gonna dance again. Guilty feet has got no rhythm. I was a little girl. I mean, like little watching this, like 5 years old watching this shit. Like, why is his shorts that short? Like, it just all seemed weird to me. I used to love Wham. I used to love George Michael when he came out. I want your sex. I want your love. I was a little girl loving this shit, right? So I be watching some of these documentaries, and it's funny to me how like they were just trying to start. Like if you notice when you go back and you look, a lot of these celebrities have been recording and documenting and picture from the time they were little. And you have to question that shit. So even when you looking at Lil Baby, his name is Dominique or whatever. His mom used to film him all the time. But there is a picture of an ancestor that is the doppelganger. And I believe that's him looped around, right? Because we've been finding our past eons in photos. Now, oh, father figure was my shit. I want to be your father figure. Put your tiny hand. That sounds perverted like a motherfucker now that I sing that. I want to be your preacher, teacher, and oh shit, that sound perverted like a motherfucker now that I'm singing that. That's strange. That is strange to me. Well, I'll be damned. I'll be your daddy. Oh, yes. Well, now, shit. That sound perverted like a motherfucker singing that back. But they have all of these pictures where they just randomly like riding bikes, and there's pictures of them on the bikes, there's pictures of them like just, you know, chilling, doing shit just randomly. Like, I understand that, like, some people like Kanye, you got to see his documentary, you understood, like, oh, he started documenting this because of this. He was already becoming well known. He was already producing and different shit like that. But I want y'all to pay attention because who the fuck is taking these pictures of these people? Who the fuck is doing these videos of these people? They tell you they didn't even have money barely to eat, could barely pay their rent, was struggling, just trying to make it. But you got a motherfucker camcorder? I'm trying to figure out. So y'all just storing pictures. Let me tell you something. I have been moved around and evicted and all kind of shit raising my daughter, to where I've lost baby pictures. Didn't mean to. These are pictures that meant something to me. And I have, lost a whole bunch of shit in storage. These motherfuckers ain't never lost a photo. They've mysteriously kept every motherfucking document and every motherfucking video recording. These are they got to be VHS tapes. You know what I'm saying? Who is recording this shit? Who was taking the pictures? It was only Andrew and George. Except for when the little girlfriend, that was Andrew's girlfriend, that was always hugged up under George. You can't tell me Andrew did not know George was gay until he told him. When they got these pictures, the pictures are gay as fuck. They're homosexualized pictures. You can't tell me Andrew. So Andrew, you did not know George was gay until he told you. When they did the photo shoot, they had them posed up like motherfucking Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan, bitch. I'm trying to figure this shit out. You can't tell me I was 5 and 6 years old and knew that motherfucking George Michael and what's that boy name? What's his name? Jermaine. We don't have to take our clothes off. We're gonna have a good time. We can dance and party, baby, all night and drink some cherry wine. Na 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 na. I knew he was gay. I was little. I knew Terrence Trent D'Arby loved white bitches. I was little. Jermaine Stewart. Yes. You can't tell me. Andrew, you look just as gay as George did. Knock it the fuck off. There was a lot of bromancing going on. I ain't mad about it. I am a bisexual woman. I am not mad about it. But bitch, I ain't gonna lie. I'm telling you, ain't no way Andrew did not know George was gay. Boy George, like, come on. I'm listen, as a little girl, I knew this shit. I knew that Miles J was finding a motherfucker. I've been a fool for you, but it's over now. Oh man. I was a music connoisseur as a little girl. You know Andrew was always suspicious. You know he was. Like, come on, man. My point is, we are not even looking at this shit thoroughly enough to even start to decipher. We are still in the mindset, if they have technology that is far beyond what we even know, between 60 to 100 years in advance, then why are we still thinking that AI is new? They have that Black Mirror show that we talked about, the what is it? Judy is awful, Lilith is awful, whatever the fuck that bitch name, awful something. She was awful something. But they took her life and they were mirroring her life with the CGI and all of this other shit. The AI technology, right? On Black Mirror. Remember we talked about this shit. So how the fuck are we still believing that this shit is all new? They cloned, quote unquote, clone Dolly, the motherfucking lamb, and baby Eve back in the early 80s, right? Joan is awful. That's who the fuck it is. They cloned the sheep, quote unquote, supposedly in the 80s. Dolly the sheep. What was it, the late 80s, early 80s? The sheep? Where the fuck is Dolly? Where's Eve, the baby that they cloned? Remember they cloned the baby Eve and they called her Eve? Where the fuck is Eve at? People are still surprised that these two boys, the brothers with all the tattoos, who don't want to see themselves, reason why they got all these tattoos, because they hate the way that they look, because they are victims of Epstein. Now you're telling myself, oh, they was kissing, but they trying to say that ain't really what you saw, but because we was kissing each other in the mouth, because that's what they were trained to do growing up as kids on Epstein's Island. I guess I dare to say allegedly. They don't even want to look at themselves. That's why they done tattooed all these tattoos all over their motherfucking face. They're confused and fucked up in the mind. You got all these people telling you that they're clones and nobody believe it. Orlando Brown said 5 months ago, before we even ever fucking noticed the tall Kanye. Orlando Brown said it 5 months ago and said, so y'all ain't noticing there's a tall Kanye and a short Kanye? Exactly. I just watched it the other day. Henrietta Lacks. They took this woman's cell and was duplicating. I mean, without resistance. And said, we ain't got to pay her family the trillions that she's owed, because we didn't use her name. It's shit like this that we go for. I know you're like, well, Quatita, what the fuck we supposed to do? I don't know, bitch, but we better get smart. We better get smart soon, because these motherfuckers is ahead of the game, and we just catching the fuck on. The genome that I posted on Instagram, she broke down the complete agenda. Like, well, this is how you would do it. You would steal this from these people. You would do this. You would do that. You would do this. And the bitch ain't told not one lie. Not one lie did she tell. Monique and Roseanne was just on the live. They posted that, talking about aliens and clones, trying to act like they don't fucking know. Roseanne know the fuck she knows. Monique, you know. I don't know what they doing. I know it's something it's something going on. Now they have this movie out. First of all, now all of Hollywood is shut down. Where have I seen this before? Right before COVID, right? That's interesting. Hollywood shut down right before COVID, when 400 to 500 CEOs stepped down. So what? Now the bodies are ready. The bodies are ready for them to step into, right? The bodies are ready. Because that was the last time we heard them do this, when Hollywood shut down, was right before COVID. I'm trying to understand it. So now Hollywood is shut down because all of Hollywood, listen to me, all of Hollywood is shut down because because the Screen Guild of people can't come to an agreement. Make it make sense. Make it make sense to me right now. Make that shit make sense to me right now. Because they can't come up on an agreement as of what? To do what? Because people want to get paid more? Get paid differently? All of Hollywood? Oh my God. Y'all really believe this? Did they ever tell y'all why over 400 CEOs stepped the fuck down? Why did they step down? Where did they go? Who took over their jobs? Shit didn't shut down. You mean 400 to 500 CEOs stepped down right before COVID and nothing shut down? Not to mention everything still ran the way it was supposed to, even though COVID shut down the world, quote unquote, for 2 years? Oh, okay. And I can get pregnant without a motherfucking uterus, bitch. I'm okay. Okay. So let me wait on my pregnancy then. Because I know some people said they pregnant without uteruses. So it's possible. They did a whole bunch of shit. You said step down and sold their stocks, but nothing plummeted. 100 people go to the bank and ask for their motherfucking money out of one bank. The bank is gonna feel that. I want to close down 100 bank accounts out of this particular motherfucking bank. That bank will feel that. Actors are on strike. Now, let me show you something. Y'all not paying attention. Actors are on strike. All of Hollywood is shut down. Meanwhile, they have a movie that is dropping, letting you know that they're using AI for actors, that these actors are not really real. They're this AI actors. There's a movie that's coming out. Of course. There's a movie coming out telling you that actors are AI. And here go Roseanne and Monique. Roseanne said, do you think that these are not real actors and actresses? Do you think that they're like AIs or like clones or robots? What would make Roseanne motherfucking half-ass Humpty Dumpty ass think that if it wasn't so? I'm just trying to make it make sense. We're not watching this shit in real time. Hollywood are on strike? You mean the same people that's under quote unquote alleged investigation for child sex rings? These people? Where they going, to the moon? Where they got stock on? Where they going? Into these other bodies? Where they going? Okay. 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 Woo. So glad we figured that one out. That was a close one. I'm just trying to understand. You say there's an ad. I won't mention the name of the celebrity, but it's an advertisement for a cruise ship, and AI is behind her name. Okay. The first clue they gave us was the movie Simone that I told everybody to watch. She was a motherfucking hologram. She was AI. She'd never even existed and had one of the best careers that was out. These people are actors. If you don't believe this shit, how the fuck do you think crisis acting happens? They show you more than 100 motherfucking. Oh my God! What I'm trying to tell y'all is, everything around you is acting. I don't give a fuck if you go to a building and it has multiple companies in it, and all of these people, their genomes and G-nights, I wouldn't give a fuck alike. And you're like, oh, they're she works over here, and it seems like this is an active ass company. What I'm telling you is, there are planters everywhere. Mother Adina said there are not many of you left. Well, if that is the case, and I surely believe what the soul says, then I'm trying to understand. If genomes run the world and they are getting paid handsomely, as we know, because we watch George Zimmerman get paid, we watch Darren Brown get paid, we watch all of these officers get paid. Like, if you just go to TikTok and watch some of these videos that pop up, you see officers in 4 and 5 cars pulling up to motherfucking basketball court saying you can't play basketball here. We don't make the rules. We're just enforcing them. You're not allowed around here. What are you doing here? Let me see your ID. Is there a crime being committed? You have to give me your ID. No, the fuck I don't. No, I don't. So it is in my mind, as the Spirit told me, I need to put up a class. I need to do some research on laws so people will understand what fucking laws are out here and how you supposed to move. I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck if the building is full of companies. They're not real. They are not real. They just, I mean, if you even watch their trailer to motherfucking, they clone Tyrone. The first trailer I saw was talking about the chicken sandwiches. He said, don't eat this shit. The shit is in the chicken. But we said that. I'm going to need for everybody to wake up. Snap out of it. Snap out of it. They're telling you in real time, and people keep saying, damn, they putting that shit plain in our face. They've been doing it. This ain't new. It's not new. If you are not bothered by it, you are one of them. You are not real. Now you have the Englishman over in motherfucking London about to fall and fight on the motherfucking plane because he said a motherfucking shape shifted. Then you watch the comments, it's like, oh, these people getting paid to do this. These people getting paid to do this. Listen, there's this movie that everybody been posting about the boy, the green man, and the black guy who strangely resembles the boy that played Kareem Harrison or whatever his name is from he was Dwayne Wayne off of the college show, A Different World, right? This boy on this video, he strangely resembles him to me. Then you got the black girl that resembles Drew Barrymore, okay? It's a whole bunch of shit that's happening. So in this movie that they've been posting all over Instagram and TikTok, where the alien, he snatches his face and his hair off, he's telling him, I've been your friends, I've been your friend, I've been your friend, I've been your fucking friend. Keywords, stranger danger. Stranger the fuck danger. I've been your friend since you were little. Then he starts giving him all of the different times that he done showed up in his life and worked with him and helped him. Okay, that's supposed to make it right, but I need your help. I need you to help me right now. So you need my help, but you've been lying and following me for years? Seeing oppression? Y'all watching oppression, but you can help when you want to help? I'm really the fuck confused. So inside of this clip, he's showing him how he's shown up in his life and he's helped him, that he took him and he had abducted him, and the boy just didn't remember. He even drew a motherfucking picture of it, but they wiped his mind in some capacity because the boy did not remember that he had met this motherfucking reptilian, okay? And so he shows up on the basketball court when they're still in the 7th grade with the little genome boy who got the yo-yo. He said, whose yo-yo is that? That's not yours. He said, yes, it is. He said, no, it isn't. He flashes his eyes at the little boy and the kids, they run. What I'm telling you is, this is what they're doing to people on planes. They're doing it to people, period. This is what the fuck Naya Rivera was talking about in my very first interview with her. She said they will flash their eyes at you so you will see it. I mean, where are we confused at? I told you this 4 years ago, and now it's showing up in real time. I did tell you about the chicken. I did. I said about the Popeyes chicken. I mean, at what point will we start to look at this shit? At what point? None of this shit is real. You're in a simulation. People keep trying to understand how. You're in a simulation. Now the movie, they have another movie coming out about buying your baby in pods, how it's uncool to give birth naturally, that they're going to tell you that it's not allowed. That's no longer allowed. We don't do that anymore. You must purchase your baby from a pod. It's a movie coming out. Why? Now, we already know that they actually have this technology because we've seen the commercial, the ad for it. So now they have a movie promoting it. I keep telling you, anything that they've done, they put it in a movie. Because it's universal law. They do not have to tell you it's real. They just have to show it to you and give it to you in a real scenario, whether you believe it or not. They don't have to make you believe it. They can even tell you that it's a lie, but they showed it to you. So you have free will to believe whatever it is that you choose to know. You got to be aware. So if they have this technology, and we've told you they've been had this technology, and they've shown you, now they have the movie coming out, and we're telling you that you are part of a mind, you are part of a consciousness that's being held captive because they cannot locate the soul. Let me break it down for you. You are in a simulation. The simulation is the Simeon, the Sim 1. Your pineal gland is a Sims card. Understand me, please. And Yehuda, which is Simeon, is the fucking frequency that connects. He is the gatekeeper, the gateway. That's why you see lions everywhere, put it on everything. Lions represent everything because we're inside of the simulation of the Simeon, the gatekeeper. And because the simulation is the spirit, the frequency, the energy, the activation that is making your divine crystallized body help the energy to run in this motherfucker. But they cannot locate the soul, which makes everything pump. It makes the essence. It makes it run. It is the navigator. It is the pilot. They're keeping you inside of the consciousness because your consciousness is what? Your pineal gland. You are being trapped inside of consciousness, inside of the simulation. And everything, there's glitches. You see a whole bunch of genomes just standing around towards trees. There's a video going around of a genome walking and she's frozen in time. It's a glitch, and then she starts to walk again. If you can't understand what I'm saying, then you are still heavily under trance. None of this that you're looking at, when you're looking in the sky and you see a plane and the plane is not fucking moving, you got to ask yourself, how the fuck is that? This is Truman Show. They can download anything into your app, into your conscious. You are an intra being, a high level. I don't care if you want to call yourself a god, a deity, a deity. I don't give a fuck how you are the supreme source consciousness. They want to call it Christ consciousness because they still want you to connect to the Jesus factor. It is not Christ consciousness. It is supreme source conscious, period. And it is not of this dimension, which is the simulation. It is not. They download apps into the internet in which you are connected because they cannot get to the intranet, which is your soul. And because of that, you're in a hybrid, hyper pigmentation of a frequency that has been cloned and documented and made as a simulation matrix. And you think that you're walking, you think that you're driving, you think that you're sick. You're not sick. You're not even fat. You don't even have a physical body, bro. You are divine cosmic energy, period. You are the soul connection, and they hate it. They hate it. They are apps. Genomes are fucking apps, bro. Planters, G-Nites, that's why I call them G-Nites. They look like you. They have your same skin tone, but that's just the falsified hype bullshit. That's hype. They're G-Nite jigaboos, meant to bring you down, meant to bring you into the matrix and keep you stuck there. That's what is happening right now. They've developed cars that are by remote control. They just developed this, or this been like this? So you have people like Bill Gates and Elon Musk, and you keep asking like, well, what gives them so much power? They not no presidents. Presidents don't have no power. First of all, let's say that. How do they have the power? Because they are creators of the fucking matrix, bro. They come from the nucleus, which are the creators of this matrix, of this simulation. How else can they motherfucking control weathering patterns? You got to make that shit make sense to me. You mean to tell me all of these people been documenting it ever since they was little? And they just so happen to become motherfucking stars and celebrities, is what you saying to me. Although you have seen multiple pictures of them from different eons and lifetimes. And now, because of me showing you, you've now found yourself in different eons. I'm showing it to you in real motherfucking time. You're trapped. You're trapped. None of this shit is real. None of it. None of it. Elevation is heaven. But they got you looking at heaven as something completely different. Heaven is bliss. Heaven is elevation, meaning it is the escape route. Guardians of the galaxy. Which galaxy? What are they guarding? Like, who's in control here? How could they ever be controlling your mind when they're not even more intelligent than you? They're using artificial intelligence. They're using artificial intelligence to create and control your real intelligence, to keep you under mind control. They understood how the mind works, your consciousness works. Everything is a feed. Everything is a feed. They're feeding your mind. They're feeding your stomach. They're feeding your energy. It's a feed. You're constantly feeding, constantly. This is a feed. Pac-Man, Galaga. They're laughing at us. They're laughing at us. They fuck with me behind the scenes on YouTube and all of the social medias, right? They're fucking with me like that. But if they make it any more plain that they're fucking with me, people would really start to ask, well, why are they fucking with you? Must be some truth to it. They can't let you know it's truth to what I'm telling you. So they're just going to keep shadow banning and blocking. I am the divine feminine. And I am that I am. I am governed by the soul and the motherfucking spirit. I can't make it all make sense for you, but I can make it make motherfucking sense enough to make you ask questions to open your motherfucking eyes up. They're telling you they're slaughtering children. They're telling you that they're moving consciousness inside of different vessels. They're feeding on energy, which is something we don't even understand the concept of energy. Because if we can't see it, we don't get it. And they understood that about your mind, so they gave you something to worship. They gave you the Jesus. Because if you worship that, then you will not honor thyself. Because anything outside of that will bring you straight to the truth. And you will understand, how dare you speak to me or try to oppress me, Gino? You're being controlled by motherfucking double helixes. By your own DNA, you're being controlled. Oh, that is a word. Oh, that is a word. You're being controlled by the double helix that came from you. That's why they keep wanting you, again, to think that the children are in control, because that means that you are okay with them being in control. And as long as they're in control, they're parasites. Parasites cause infection. They are parasites. I swear to you, genomes are parasites, bro. And parasites kill and causes infection. If you cannot understand when I say to you that they are downloading different apps into this simulation, which I call releasing of energy, that means they've downloaded. They're creating the monsters, y'all. This is motherfucking Call of Duty. This is all of these games. This is a gaming system. They're trying to find different ways to put you deeper and deeper and deeper into the system. Now they have virtual reality inside of your reality, which ain't reality. It's another simulation inside of a simulation. They're hypnotizing you deeper and deeper, putting you to sleep. Because in this particular simulation, we're rising back to frequency. So now they must put you into a deeper and deeper trance where they can lock your mind and got you. And got you. So now you're going to be inside of that simulation, looking at each other. You'll start to think that's reality. That is what happened here. That is what happened here. You think this is reality. It is not. And everything in your being has told you from the time you were little that something here is wrong. This don't feel like reality. But your parents, your grandparents, those in authority have convinced you to the point where now you're trying to convince your children that this is reality, and you know that it isn't. You know that it isn't. You know that I'm not lying to you because everything in you told you this, but you didn't want nobody to think you was crazy. You are in a simulation. You are in a simulation, and if I have to come on here every day and remind you of that, I am going to. I am going to. There's this saying where they say, oh, God is going to make sure you got everything you need because the birds eat. They do. They do. Birds eat. What do they eat? You have millions of birds. What do they eat? They eat what? Worms and bugs? Do you see them getting the worms and bugs? Where do they get their worms and bugs and shit from? Where do the birds get the food? That you may see them drop down and eat some bread or some fries that you done dropped. Where's all the birds eating food from? Answer me. Where's the birds eating all of this food from? Do you see them on the ground? Do you see them on the ground getting? When do you see them getting? You may see a couple. When do you see them birds on the ground getting motherfucking food? When do you see it? When do you see it? You may see a couple. They got to put it so you can at least see it sometime. There are millions of fowls in the air. When do you see them eating, bro? And then you see them, you see the birds' nests. I'm not good on how birds conceive. How do birds conceive? Can we get a scholar? I know how we love to be scholars. Can we get a scholar to school me on it? Because I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure how I don't know if they asexual and they just, because if so, why are there male and female birds, or are there? If what's the role of the chicken, the hen, and the rooster? If chickens and roosters and hens, if hens are asexual, what's the role of the rooster? What's the role? I don't know. So I got to really ask. Because they no longer go south and shit, right? I want a scholar because I really don't know. I'm not being funny. I'm genuinely asking because I don't know how birds mate. I don't know how birds conceive. So I'm just trying to understand if hens are asexual, chickens are asexuals, what is the role of a rooster? Because females were asexual in the beginning of creation. So they say, so says Jacques Loeb. And then males were created. I just want somebody to tell me, when do they go and get the food? I hear you say they snatched a squirrel out the tree, but we're talking about millions. We're talking about millions of birds. When do they eat these worms? When do they go and get it? You may see them go and get a worm real quick and take it back to their baby birds. You see it on documentaries and all of this shit. You may even seen a bird's nest in your tree. Where are they getting it all? I'm honestly, I'm asking. How do they procreate? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What's the role of a rooster? So chickens are having roosters, hens are having roosters, or do they have more hens? Because where's the roosters coming from? So I got to make it make sense. So hens and chickens are asexual beings. That's what I'm saying to you, Internet. You may see them pick out the trash. How many birds have you seen pick out the trash, Internet? We got millions of fucking birds. When are they swooping down to eat? Are they catching it in the sky? I'm really asking this shit. I need to know. Don't make it sound good. I want you to tell me biologically, atomically. I want you to tell me. I want you to make it make sense to me. Right? Roosters are supposed to be protection from who? From what? Who's the hen's enemy? What are they protecting from? You may see a seagull, you may see a bird, you may see them drop down and eat a piece of bread, you may see them drop down and eat a fry. We're talking about millions of motherfucking birds. Again, don't try to make it sound good and reasonable. I want you to be intelligent and intellectual and tell me. Make it make sense. You say the eggs don't turn into chicks if the rooster and hen don't mate. What? 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 No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Tamara. No, ma'am. Chickens and hens lay the egg and they sit on them until they hatch. And they have, guess what they have? Guess what they have? Guess what they have? They have more chicks. That's why they call chicks, not roosters. Who is having roosters, bro? You had a chicken coop growing up, and it was meant to keep the foxes out. So you telling me that a fox will eat a hen but fight a rooster? A fox will will. So you saying that a hen can't fight because the rooster? But where is the rooster coming from? Nope. I want to know. I want to know. No lie, hens can literally turn into roosters. Okay, got it. Got it. Got it. So hens is turning into studs. Okay, Midori. Gotcha. Heard you. Heard you. Heard you. Heard you. Heard you. So chimps can turn into silverback gorillas. Is what you're saying to me. Okay. Got it. No. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Heard you. Okay. 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 So asexual beings can turn into. So then why is there still roosters? So they shape shifting is what you're saying to me. They shape shifting. Whatever the answer is, I just want it to be a real fucking answer. I want it to be a researched answer that's gonna make sense, that's gonna like really put some shit into perspective, not to just say, well, the book said. I don't really make. I don't understand it, but the book said. I'm not gonna go for that shit. I want to know how are all of the millions of birds that we don't see come down, and we don't see because they gotta dig under the rocks and under the ground to get the worms and shit. Because I don't see worms readily up on the surface. There's not always bread and motherfucking fries out. I'm just saying. I don't see all of these birds. It's very rare that you see them. But I'm outside right now at the park. I probably have seen like 2 or 3 birds sitting here. I don't know. I don't know when the worms come out. I don't know. I know somebody got to make this shit make sense for me because I'm a motherfucking questioning being. I am inquisitive like a motherfucker. And I want to know. I want to know. That's all. Say chicken, the general term, but hen is more gender specific. But a chicken ain't the same thing as a hen. Let's see. You say the non-functioning ovary can then start to develop into a structure known as um, of ovotestes. The ovotestes produce male hormones and are responsible for the change that made your hen into a rooster. Okay. 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 So then what's the point of a rooster then? So this motherfucking hen is just shape shifting when they see a fox? No, no, no. I'm gonna need to know. I'm just trying to understand. Mm. He said they are classified as chicken, but as they age, it's either a hen or a rooster. Ebony, do that make sense to you? I understand that you bringing it to me from education, but does it make sense to you? But does it make sense? You say roosters will protect the rest of the flock. It will guard the hens from predators, keeping them safe by keeping them together and sounding the alert if a predator approaches. So, but we're talking about a hen then, remember? Because the hen shapeshifts and morphs into a motherfucking rooster. You say children, either boy or girl. Wait a minute, maybe I missed something you said before that. None of it makes sense. It still don't make sense. It's crazy. I haven't seen a worm in my yard or a snail since I was a kid, and I'm almost 40. Things are not right. This article title is Beyond Wild Sex Change Chicken. Gertie the hen becomes Birdie the cockerel. Okay. The education ain't educating. Okay. I don't know. They mix up a lot of stuff. Yeah. It don't make sense. Say they made them for protection. Damn, who made? Come on. A hen whose left ovary has failed and consequently has elevated testosterone levels in her body will actually physically transform to take on male characteristics, hence the rooster. Okay. 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 Yep. That's all some bullshit. It's all bullshit. Yep. Nope. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Oh, they wanted that to make sense. So why would that be the only species that can do it? Maybe it ain't. Because our ovaries drop down and become testicles. It don't do it in the middle of life though. It don't do it in the middle of life. You don't just, well, this motherfucking ovary ain't acting right. Let me drop it down and make it a testicle so I can become Quentin. No, no. Whew. I just found out grasshoppers turn into locusts. So we all shapeshift and change into some shit then. I ain't mad about it. I just got to make it make sense in my motherfucking mind because I know that this is a motherfucking simulation. Hey, if this shit been like this since we was little and this shit ain't just came about, why the fuck wasn't it taught? Because, see, I took sex ed in high school. I've taken biology. You've had to take anatomy. You have to take chemistry. Why? Y'all was taught this in school? Because this is shape shifting. That's exactly what the fuck it is, Tamara. So, y'all was taught this shit in school? Because a locust, we used to pick them off the trees when they the locusts would dry out and they would just be a shell that be stuck on the tree, and we would chase each other around with the shells. So really, we're looking at what really happens. Is this what it is? I'm just trying to make it make sense. You said, Miss Eartha, I was taught that the chickens were hibernized. The birds I do see fly so low now, it's weird. They fly past the front of your car and walking in the streets more than they have, as if they have forgot to fly. Exactly. Excuse me. So, excuse me. So, are we really aliens in human form? I mean, let's make it make sense. You say, I think if we keep trying to figure it out, we all gonna fall asleep, and that's the point, ain't it? Yep. None of it makes sense. Only the caterpillars into butterflies, right? We were definitely taught that. We were definitely taught that because they gotta go, and we was taught how bears go into hibernation and they go to sleep, and they sleep for a long time. Then they come out. We was taught a whole bunch of shit that just don't make sense to me. It really the fuck don't make sense. Bears just go into a coma. Real quick, can somebody find that and put that in the chat for me? So let's look at why do bears hibernate? Because I can't remember. I know we were taught it, but I can't remember the reason why bears hibernate. We say male chickens are called cockerels. Mm-hmm. They sleep for the whole winter. But why do they sleep for the whole winter? You say hibernation is a voluntary state an animal enters to conserve energy when food is scarce and minimize exposure to the winter elements. But polar bears don't hibernate, do they? To conserve energy and food. Let's see. To conserve energy when food is scarce. To minimize exposure to the winter elements. Everything sleeps, but do you go into a coma? Everything sleeps. Absolutely. Everything, fish don't sleep. Whales don't sleep. You've seen bears in the winter. You say, God damn it, no, they don't. But if the bear ain't go look for no food, how he know it's scared? T and polar bears are in the winter constantly. It's all a belief system they needed us to believe. I'm just trying to tell you, Lisa. They are dormant creatures at a time and point. Polar are supposed to, but they dying off. Florida has black bears with plenty of food, but with no winter. Just saying. Bears do come out, yes, in Canada too. Say bears hibernate during winter, but aren't sleeping the whole time. But that's what they taught you. They taught you that hibernating was them going to sleep in like a deep sleep coma type shit. Yeah, they did. They taught you that. That's what they said hibernation was. We have believed everything that these people have taught us. And my whole purpose is you are in a simulation and we're believing the unbelievable shit, but except for what we should be believing, which is what is reality. I want you to go and look at some of these celebrity lives and ask yourself when you're looking at all of these videos and photography, who took these fucking pictures? If it was only George Michael and Andrew and they were trying to make it and they were riding on these bikes, that really fucked me up because they were just riding through the city and there are pictures of them. Who took the pictures? I'm just trying to figure it out. You say, so bears have all that. Wait a minute, where'd it go? All that fur can't be because of cold weather. I'm just, listen. That's what they taught you, though. And have been divinely crafted and have been in the movie. Yeah. So bears have all that fur for the spring and summer seasons. That's all I'm saying. Just make it make sense to me. I'm not. I'm listen. If you can make it make sense, I'm gonna go with it. You say bears don't eat or release waste for the winter. So what happens to it, Super Josh? So bears don't eat in the wintertime because they only eat what? Fish and eat honey. That's a hell of a meal. Honey and fish. So what happens to the waste? Because they go to sleep, is what you're saying, because they hibernate, so they go to sleep. So if they're not going to sleep and they hibernating, they just in the cave, just laying there and not sleep, just twiddling their thumbs like, shit, it's cold out there. I ain't going out there, motherfucker. They're not sleep. They are not sleep the whole time. Some have babies during this time. You really want to make that shit make sense and it don't. So they just in there like, we can't eat nothing. So how they having babies if they can't feed? So they must be like camels and have shit stored up. So they store up their food. So when they hibernating, which ain't sleeping the whole time, even though that's what the fuck you was taught in school, they not sleeping. They're having babies and in the caves chilling, not feeding the babies, and they holding all of their shit in because everything shits releases waste. So if they don't have to release waste for months at a time, then why would they ever release waste, period? They don't lose weight. They come out in the spring as if they still thicker than a Snicker, right? They just stay put up out the way. Girl, quit trying to make that shit make sense. Stop trying to make it make sense because it does not. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. They just stay put up out the way. Well, shit, everything should stay put up out the way. Why do bears? Why do gorillas don't? So it should be an explosion of bear births after hibernation. You said, man, bears eat anything they can get their hands on. We need answers, not assumptions. They taught us some bullshit. They say they eat berries and sticks to plug their butt so they don't waste. But fruit is probiotic. It cleanses you out. Say, yeah, spring is when the babies come out. Okay, so that's why they so mean, they bloated and backed up. But how if they sleep all winter? I'm just saying, make it make sense. We got so many scholars and they still can't make the shit make sense. Scholars in here and they still ain't making it make sense. So while hibernating, they don't use the bathroom or nothing. My daughter say they eat a bunch of sticks and twigs right before to create a ball in their stomach to create blockage. Okay. They be playing spades and shooting dice to pass the time. Their seasonal program, that part. Right? Because bears look for human food to survive if it's only any in the forest. Do they get pregnant in fall, stay asleep on winter, and birth in the spring? How does the baby grow with no food? As long as I've been alive, I've been seeing bears all year round. I'm done. I can't. This is absolutely crazy because people be want to make it make sense and it doesn't. It does not make sense. I think it's so beautiful how people want it to make sense, but it doesn't. It does not. Anyway, um, many animals once thought to hibernate, including bears, really only enter a lighter sleep state called torpor, lighter sleep state. Still don't make sense. That's what I meant, but berries is fruit and make you shit. Listen, either something not right with the bears or the bears know something not right about the winter or both. They have fat stored up from omega fat of the fish. Fish move to warm. Girl, please go head on with this bullshit. Please go head on with the bullshit. Please go head on with the bullshit. They have fat stored up from omega fat from the fish. Fish move to warmer areas. We got a few pescatarians in this motherfucker, so if y'all eat fish all summer and fall, you should not need to eat nor shit in the winter from eating fish. So says this person. It doesn't make sense. I don't give a fuck what information you Google to find that shit. They do ice fish all the time. How the fuck are polar bears surviving? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You really want that shit to make it make sense and it doesn't. I read what you said. You said, let me get back to it because I read exactly what you said. You said they have fat stored up from the omega fat of the fish. Fish move to warmer areas. That's what you said. So that should be the same in truth. Period. Anyway, gratitude to all of the place scholars in the building. So you keep coming across this word, which is torpor, which is a sleep state, kind of like us, The Walking Dead. Man, none of this shit makes sense, bro. And definitely, if you're looking at it biologically and realistically, it's impossible. But I'm gonna let them have it. All of the play scholars, I'm gonna let y'all have it. Please, you can have it all, honey. You can have it all. Because it don't make sense and you can't make that shit make sense. It really doesn't. Anyway, I love y'all to life. I show gratitude. Peace.